A few months ago, I watched a movie called I Care a Lot on Netflix. And y'all, I don't know if I've never been more livid at a movie going experience in my life, you guys. I wanted the main character of this movie deaded. Like, this woman did not deserve any good thing in her life, y'all. It was infuriating to watch this. I just fast forwarded to the end. I had to know that something happened to her. I had to know that she died because it was horrific, and I will tell you guys why. And keep in mind, this is a long-winded video. Yeah, we will get to the point, but like, let me get there. A few months ago, I made a video called Work as a Scam or something of that sort. Basically, it was me venting to the world about how hard it is to just be out here struggling in these medical school streets and these professional school streets, just trying to make it while you see people on TikTok, your age, years younger, living, getting wealthy. Meanwhile, I'm studying, I'm in the books, I'm in the trenches trying to become a doctor. And that video was great for the catharsis, okay? It made me feel so much better. But I peeped the comments for that video, and it wasn't just professional students, you know, being mad about people getting bigger off of TikTok or things like that. No, it was folks critiquing current work practices right now. It was folks talking about anti-work movements, folks talking about wage discrepancies between their bosses and themselves. And this led me down a YouTube rabbit hole about anti-work movements, wage discrepancies, the vastness of the wealth inequality in this country, and learning so much about things I had just a shallow depth about. Just the shallowest knowledge about. Keep in mind, this video came out in January 2022. All right, a lot has happened in the world since January 2022. So what does this have to do with the movie? Upon reflecting on this movie that's about this woman who uses every single governmental policy and institution to basically exploit every single person that she can, I realized this movie's about America. This movie is about America. And I'm not saying exploitation is an exclusively American problem. No, it's far from it. But exploitation is intrinsically American. Like, how else would you explain so many phenomena? You got the productivities of workers increasing dramatically over the past several decades, and yet the wages those people are making increasing at a fraction of that. Meanwhile, you got CEOs and shareholders using the massive amount of wealth amassed by us laborers to then line their pockets by corporate buybacks rather than investing in the company. Maybe paying people more, maybe. Perhaps. You got inflation increasing at a rate that we haven't seen in 40 years. There's a whole host of variables contributing to this issue, but the fact of the matter is the buying power of the working man is dwindling before our very eyes. And we got corporations that are seeing profits they haven't seen in years, making profits while we struggling, I'm out here trying to eat. I'm making profits, what is that? And the inflation part wouldn't even hurt that bad. It wouldn't hurt that bad if we just tie the minimum wage to the rate of inflation like in every single other contemporary country in the Western world. So what do we do to beat the system? What do we do? How do we get past the scam? We're often told, get into a good school, get a good degree, get a good job, buy a house, retire by 60. You should be good. But that degree, the amount of loans you got to pay for that degree, you may just end up dying before you pay off those loans, honestly. And that house, I don't know if you guys have seen the housing market, but since the time I was born, 1994 to 2022, there have not been enough houses built for all the people that were born in that time at all. So a lot of people my age looking at the housing market like, asking price was like $250. I'm out here showing at $400,000 for a 2-bedroom in Ohio. My best friend just got a house. Shout out to that boy, so proud of him. And the crucible, because it really was a crucible, the crucible that man went through. You'd think he was living in like New York, San Francisco, DC, maybe, Chicago, Houston. This boy's in North Carolina. Not even the biggest city in North Carolina. This boy's in North Carolina. And then keep in mind in places like DC and San Francisco, you got things like height restrictions, limiting the amount of real estate you can build up. Or you got exclusionary zoning laws that make it so multi-family housing units just aren't a thing. And why? ¿Por qué?
Why God do I gotta suffer?
So let's tally up the points. We are working for wages that are worth so much less than the amount of profits they produce. Those wages have less and less purchasing power every single year because of inflation. Those wages don't usually go up to keep up with the rate of inflation. That degree people tell you to get a good job, may just put you in the financial gutter for life because you got to pay off those student loans. Number one investment most people tell you to get in a house is almost unattainable nowadays. All the while, the CEOs and the executives and the shareholders, they are just building up, amassing every single bit of the wealth, hoarding it for themselves while we get pieces. Oh, this is scary. hate to leave things on a negative note though. There's so much doom and gloom all the time. So I'm gonna leave y'all with some action items. I'm gonna leave y'all with a list of things that we can do to kind of stymie the shitstorm that is approaching us slowly but surely. But we can do some things. So here's some things. Number one, don't vote Republican, because unless you are a corporate executive or a fetus, they don't care about you. Number two, join your local union. Start up a union. I don't know too much about it. I'm in residency. There's only about 3 unions. I need to do more reading, honestly, but here are some resources. We'll leave some resources down there. I don't know enough. So let's all learn together. And if your boss tries to tell you you shouldn't, don't listen to that boy. He not looking out for you. Number 3, try to have as many sources of income as possible. If you're into the clothes, make an Etsy shop. If you got shoes, sell them. You know what I mean? If you got nice feet, listen, I'm a child of God. I'm not trying to tell y'all to do anything, but I'm just saying, if you got nice feet, there are options. If you like watching pets, hop on Rover, okay? Watch somebody's pet. Make $100. Just watch some pets. If you can talk well and you're funny and you're kind of cute, hop on this YouTube thing. Maybe do a couple TikToks. I don't know. Just try your best to try to find another way to supplement this income, because it's hard to live. Honestly, that's the best reason for coupling up. Honestly, I don't even care about the love. I just need some more money. And number 5, perhaps the most important one, invest in the things that you love. Because most of us will spend a significant amount of time. Most of us will spend most of the time in our day working a job, doing something that we do not care about. So in the limited time you have for yourself, I mean, you could watch TV. I'm not telling you not to. I'm not telling you not to binge, but in the limited time you have, do the thing that brings you the most happiness. Hang out with your people. Play your instrument. Read the book you want to read. Do the thing you want to do. Because a lot of us working 8 to 10 hours, right? You come back home, you got an hour commute, and want to sleep 7 hours. How many hours does that leave for us to like eat and live and enjoy? Not enough. Not enough. That's tough. Let's make it a little less so.